Look at that startup sequence. Alright guys, welcome back. Today I got the keys to a 2023 Toyota Rav4 XLE with all-wheel drive, and on top of that too, it has the convenience package. Once again, huge shout out to Whitby Toyota for lending me this beautiful ice cap white Rav4, which is so good looking though. Again, maybe to the untrained eye it would look like a regular Rav4, but notice here, these emblems are all blacked out, which makes it look so good. And since it's the convenience package, we get a power tailgate, which has a ton of room. And you already know it's an SUV, you can fold the back seats for more space. And if we look here, we get our spare tire as well too, and attach our little license plate here for identification. And buttons. Convenience package, people. Convenience package. That is such a huge flex. I don't know why. The last few RAV4s I reviewed didn't have the convenience package. This one having a convenience package for me feels like a huge deal. And of course, this thing is powered by a 2.5 liter inline 4 pushing around 203 horsepower and has around, I'm gonna highball it and say 284 foot-pounds of torque, powering all 4 wheels. And just look at this baby, man. This thing looks beautiful. Like if you buy a RAV4 that looks like this, you're gonna fall in love. Just look at it. The tail lights just look so stunning. And the key has the RAV4 emblem just engraved in it. You can see it. And again, shout out to Whitby Toyota, because without them this wouldn't be possible. This wouldn't be possible at all. So big shout out to Whitby Toyota, and an even bigger shout out to the guy who hooked me up. His name is Ali. Connect with him, reach out to him, and he will treat you well the same way he treated me. But let's go into the interior. Look at that startup sequence. And the beeping telling me that I have to put on my seatbelt. This thing is like your mother telling you to put on your seatbelt. There we go. And this thing just... the steering wheel looks the same as all the lower other models. And we still have a plethora of options to choose from Mud, Sport, and all that. We still have so many options. Heated seats are a must, and we also have, since it's an upper model, we get heated steering wheel. But what's even better, because you guys already know, if you guys watch me a lot, you know what I'm into. Sunroofs. This one, since it's a convenience package, it has the sunroof. So anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get on the drive. This is arguably the most powerful RAV4 I've been in. Most of them that I've been in go up to, I want to say 100, the high hundreds in horsepower. Never a full-on 200 horsepower. That is new, and that as well is pretty damn different, because no other RAV4 I've driven has that amount of power at its disposal. So of course, naturally, we're gonna put it onto the highway. We're gonna see how it goes, what it can and can't do. And of course, since it's an SUV, we're not gonna try and push it like it's a sport car. No, we're gonna talk about the practicality of this little one. Well, I can't say little because this thing actually is big. And coupled with an 8-speed automatic transmission, this thing has a lot of pick up and go actually. With a top speed of, wow, it doesn't even show you the top speed in this one. That is a different feature from the older ones. Like the lower models will give you like the top speed, showing you the RPM. This one has the heat, the fuel, and the RPM, which is, I knew something looked different about this gauge cluster. It's not fully digital, but it has digital elements in it as well too. And of course, we have our gigantic screen. Navigation, it is a subscription-based navigation, but nothing too crazy. We have our sound, phone, and if we go here, we have our trip information. which shows you our average speed and how much power or how much range we have in general. And first of all, let's start it in eco before. Oh, if we put it in eco, it turns out it's auto stop and go motion, where if you keep your foot on the brake long enough, you basically turn off the engine for just a little while so that you save on gas. And of course, traffic is super bad at this time of day. Really inconvenient sometimes though, but it is what it is though. We just go with the flow and roll with them punches. Alright, that side is clearing up. This one seems decent. We probably could have gone, but that was just way too close. I'm not gonna risk crashing a car we are reviewing. We can't have that happening. Damn, this guy really was moving slow. Lots of body roll in this one. For a quick little maneuver like that in eco mode, I felt a ton of body roll. But of course, we have the cloud seats based in this one. Now if we put it in normal mode, you can see how the screen changes ever so slightly every time you change the mode. But since we're going on the highway, we're slapping it into sport mode, everything turns red. We're gonna put the full 200 horsepower all-wheel drive in motion and accelerate. Damn, that is aggressive and loud. For a 4-cylinder, that felt really, really loud. Took it a second to get the idea of what I was trying to tell the car. Took it like a brief little second that, hey, it's time to wake up, it's time to go. Took it a little second, but after I conveyed what I needed it to do, it took off quick enough. This thing does let some noise in, but it's nothing to be surprised when you have no music playing in the car. Everything sounds loud. And let us try our cruise control. Radar cruise control is now active. And let us set it up. Cruise control seems to be doing its thing, just maintaining a decent amount of speed constantly, which I guess makes it easier if you're going for much longer journeys. And since we have mechanical, oh no, I was wrong, we don't have mechanical seats, we have automatic seats now, which is a huge plus. Let me just quickly get off the fast lane because people are right on my tail urging me to speed where I'm trying not to for once. But again, just gotta go let oncoming traffic go. Yup, he was not happy that I wasn't gunning it in that lane. But anyways, we'll probably save you quite a lot of gas as well too, just because since it is an SUV, you're gonna need as much, I want to say, range as possible, because it is a big car. It is luxurious, it looks really nice. I want to say this one is one of the more noticeable ones compared to the competition, because the competition, I'm not gonna lie, all of them look pretty, I want to say, they have their trademark symbols. Mazda with its huge grille, the Honda CR-V just looking simple and basic-ish, and the Rav4, I feel like with this one, with the better looking headlights and all the features it comes with, I would argue that it is better than the CR-V. because this one retails around, I want to say 30k. This one will run you around $30,000 USD. Canadian, it should be around, I want to say 34 to 36, depending on range. And honestly, this one is actually not too bad. It's a simple SUV. It's not trying to pave the way. It's not trying to be the next Jeep where it goes off-road, or it's not trying to be the next quick 0 to 60 SUV. It's just gonna get you from point A to point B with the occasional off-roading and the occasional add-ons, basically, as I would like to put it. Blind spot monitoring comes in standard as well too. And I'm almost tempted to say that this exhaust sounds really good for a 4-cylinder. The exhaust sounds good as well. But of course, as this video wraps up, I want to say a huge shout out to Whitby Toyota once again for providing me this vehicle and letting me test drive and get used to what a Rav4 entails in general. Because once again, we're gonna try and get every type of car, every type of vehicle, from trucks to supercars to SUVs. We want everything underneath our belt. So for the time being, as we have this Rav4 for a few more minutes, we are going to experience what it's like driving it in a city neighborhood. And since it's not hybrid or anything, we're gonna put it to the lowest possible settings of gas saving, which is eco mode, which again reduces power just a little bit, changes your dash to a tinge of green, and becomes a little bit more silent actually, which of course is not a bad thing. Nothing is bad about going in eco mode. The bucket seats in an SUV seem a little bit out there, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't really expect a Rav4 to have bucket seats, but this one has bucket seats, and that is a flex to some degree. Smooth drive quality. As mentioned before, some body roll if you take a corner a little bit too quickly, but of course that is nothing, because since it is an SUV, I really don't expect it to have a low center of gravity to the point where taking a sharp corner is like a knife slicing through butter. But I honestly wish this thing had a little bit of more features to it. Like, coming from a base model Toyota LE, I would have wished it had just a little bit more. Because again, it has a power boost, more horsepower. For the convenience package, you get a power tailgate and a sunroof. But other than that, as well as the digital display as well, I feel like I wish it had a little bit more, but at the same time I'm satisfied with what it currently has as well. With what it currently has, I feel like it is worth the money at this point, because most other cars would try, the lower models will have all of the nooks and crannies, but the higher models will not have much to offer. So just by simply doing what needs to be done, Toyota creates the perfect SUV for a little bit more, for like a 2 to 5k extra, which is honestly not bad at all though. Not bad at all. Actually, let's add on to this. One thing I genuinely like about the gauge cluster that Toyota has currently is that it integrates like the analog gauge cluster with digital elements. It is not simply trying to stick a tablet into it and call it a day. It's putting some analog features into it that make it honestly look much more authentic. So much more different compared to just sticking a tablet in there. And of course the auto stop and hold will save you so much more gas as well too. Yep, still takes the car a quick second to realize what you're trying to tell it to do. But again, we're not complaining about that. As we said before, it's not meant to be a race car where it predicts your every moment and every movement. It is not an AI, it's not a Tesla. It's a Toyota that would outlast you and your family if you maintain it well enough and keep it well maintained. Brakes are pretty good as well too. But once again, huge shout out to Whitby Toyota for blessing me with their Rav4. Can't hear any beeping, so I would assume it doesn't have any